Did you know that approximately one-third of the United States federal employment are veterans? Additionally, did you know that on average, federal employees earn about 25% less than those in similar positions in the private, state, and local levels? Well, the research I cite in my speech confirms these claims and confirms many more facts about the federal workforce. Today I'm going to inform you about popular myths surrounding our government, discuss and provide cited research, and talk about the potential consequences these myths pose. Being both a veteran and current federal employee, I decided to research facts pertaining to the federal government. With the decision to downsize the federal government, many popular myths and misinformation have spread online and by word of mouth. False statements about overpayment and fake jobs are just two examples of spread myths online. With many people and their families at risk of job loss, it's important to know what is and isn't true. As I present the facts my research concluded with, I first want to present the myth associated with them and delve into what could cause such a belief to arise. I'll begin with the myth that federal employees are generally overpaid. This myth claims that federal employees, on average, are overpaid. This belief stems from perceived job security, benefits, and the idea that federal compensation is higher than that of the private sector. While there are instances of federal employees being paid more than their private counterparts, AFGE reports that federal workers earn nearly 25% less than other working sectors doing the same job. One myth claims that most of the federal workforce teleworks. This belief comes from a combination of media portrayals, misconceptions, and post-COVID-19 flexible working arrangements, such as remote working. OPM reports that only 20% of the federal workforce teleworks routinely, while 15% telework on a situational basis. Another myth claims that federal workers have fake jobs. This myth is a result of believing federal work doesn't contribute to society, commonly portrayed stereotypes, political ideologies, and cultural attitude towards government employment. In response, AFGE also claims federal workers perform essential duties for Americans, such as veteran health care, Social Security benefits workers, and the United States Department of Agriculture inspectors. Now that we've discussed some common myths about and actual facts that pertain to them, I'd like to discuss potential consequences these myths pose. To begin, these myths pose a risk to government funding and support. While federal spending is delegated by our elected representatives, it is the people of America that give direction through voice and voting. When a negative myth is spread around, it impacts the beliefs of people and, in turn, their directional choices. For example, one-third of the federal workforce is made up of veterans. The myth that states federal workers don't care about America can be challenged due to such a large veteran population. People who have had, at one point, served the United States citizens. Sometimes, direction leads to laying off employees, reduction in services, and compromises. In summary, myths about the federal workforce pose to negatively impact federal employees and Americans. Federal workers are not overpaid, and in fact make less money on average. Most federal workers work in-person hours and work essential jobs such as veteran health care and the United States Department of Agriculture. These myths negatively impact the view of Americans and can cause consequences such as job layoffs. As I come to an end, it should be noted that without facts, there is no truth.